Good evening, everybody. How are we doing today? It is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. That's what your boy had for supper tonight, actually, as a matter of fact. So, we are here tonight to do our GTRC broadcast from Saturday afternoon. We were unable to do the broadcast for these guys because we were, of course, dealing with some personal matters when the race was taking place. So we're rebroadcasting for these guys here this evening. So the replay was provided to me by one of the officials, Doug, and so we're going to just kind of go over some of the details on the race. This is round 5 for the GTRC, so Gran Turismo Racing Community, as you guys see on the screen in front of you there. And they're at Laguna Seca here today. So we're in California at WeatherTech Laguna Seca. Should be an interesting race. Now, as we've seen in the first 4 rounds, these guys have put on a show of how you race side by side around some pretty twisty technical racetracks, and Laguna Seca is absolutely no different. Laguna Seca is a very technical racetrack. It's a very unforgiving racetrack. If you find yourself outside of the tarmac limits on this racetrack, you're most likely finding yourself going for a ride that you don't want to be a part of. So with that being said, we're going to get to the events here this evening. So welcome everybody. I'm the host for this evening. My name is Tim, or on screen as RR Goes 45. And we've been broadcasting for these guys for this season and some of their special events before this season started as well. We've taken over for the amazing Tatiana, who's just a fantastic broadcaster, and we have the privilege of working with Tatiana over at GT Champions there as well. So it's an honor to be able to do this, and big shoes to fill, ladies and gentlemen, big shoes to fill, as Tatiana is an absolutely fantastic commentator. So just a little bit of how we've ended up here with the Gran Turismo Racing Community, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, let us kick this thing over, shall we? I'm just going to load up the GTRC YouTube channel here so I can see the comments. So just bear with me for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure we smash a like up on that bad boy as well. Don't forget to smash those reactions, ladies and gentlemen. It's greatly appreciated. And welcome. Now, most of the guys in the GTRC Racing League, of course, are over in the United Kingdom. So a few of them guys probably won't be in to watch the broadcast as we're doing it this evening, obviously, because it's like 3 in the morning or something like that there right now. But it will be there for all you guys to watch when you wake up in the morning. So we have Uda Yanga coming in with the big fat follow over on the Facebook page just a few minutes ago. Welcome to the Winner's Circle. Much love, appreciate that. And let's just kick this thing right over, shall we? So, like we've seen on other broadcasts for other leagues, ladies and gentlemen, we've snuck our cameraman onto the start-finish line. We're going to do a walk down the line up here, as we can see all these amazing cars lined up at the start-finish line here at Laguna Seca. We're just going to do a quick little panorama. There we go. Great shot for the racetrack here. And looking like a really good crowd here today. So starting on pole here is Boo, ladies and gentlemen. And in that typical livery there that we see. And then here in second place, looks like we've got Mr. Razor in that Ferrari. In third place, we do have Eric's MK here, who's been very, very racy this season. We have Doug sitting here in fourth place. Just going to back up off that car a little bit, let you take a little look at those liveries here. And then in fifth place, we've got Bar 27 here in that Ferrari, ladies and gentlemen. Bar is going to be looking for a good race. And we have 750 just lined up beside, or a Supra, sorry, lined up beside him in that Lamborghini. And then further down with that Cleveland Browns livery right there, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have a driver name on the car, so I can't actually offhand tell you who that is. Now we have 750 right here. We've got Ibra here in that beautiful Mobile 1 Corvette, ladies and gentlemen. And then just back here we have BR Tap. And then we've got Michael here in that beautiful, beautiful Aston Martin, ladies and gentlemen. And then we got the boys, Mr. Happy Pappy and Type R. That's it, Type R. There we go, in the Renaults at the back of the field. So the Renault's proving to be a little bit off pace with the rest of these Group 4 cars here. So we're just going to get our cameraman off the track here, ladies and gentlemen. So just bear with as the track officials are starting to get upset with our cameraman being out there for so long. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us kick this off, shall we? So here we go. And I believe this is a 50-minute endurance race. I could be wrong. It could be 40. I'm a little mixed up here this week as I'm just trying to play catch-up, obviously. Again, I had some personal issues come up over the weekend and just wasn't able to kind of do everything that we normally do on our normal schedule here, so we're still playing catch-up. But great start by these drivers here. Boo losing several spots off the start, so not getting a very good start there. So let's get up to the front of the pack where Hairraiser has jumped into P1, but he has Eric's and Doug all over him. As you see, Eric's and Doug going too wide there, and all the drivers going too wide coming around the second part of corner 1 there. So Laguna Seca is a very tough racetrack, as we can see one driver just going into the sand there. Hairraiser catching a little bit of that curve there. There's so many things on this racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, that can really ruin your day at Laguna Seca here in a race. So with that being said, there's so many different things. We have, obviously, as you can see, the racetrack is surrounded by sand. Second, you have all these curbs on these corners. Now, if you happen to catch on one of these shots here, there's these big, what we like to call sausages on the curbs, and that's basically to tell you that you're going, exceeding the track limits, essentially. And those sausages, so to speak. Well, we're going to see a move on the outside because Doug is going to get the inside track here on Hairraiser and does get P1 from Hairraiser. So really great job by Doug coming out of the corkscrew there to grab P1 from Hairraiser. We'll get back to my thought there in just a second, guys. So we have Eric's here in 3rd place. We've got Barr now sitting in 4th, as we see him starting in 6th. And we've got Super in 5th. We've got Boo all the way back in 6th place there. And we do see one of the drivers burning the penalty, as that is the penalty burning zone here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Is right at the beginning of the start-finish straight there, right up against the pit wall. And the drivers do have to have that penalty bled off before the start-finish line at the end of that pit wall. So as we see one of the drivers there dipping out to burn off a penalty they had picked up. So we have Ibra here in 9th, Happy Pappy sitting in 10th, 750 sitting in 11th. I do suspect the Renault should be good here. Type R sitting in 12th, and Trone Kobe sitting in 13th here. That was the driver that we couldn't see the name on the door of the car there. So Trone Kobe, ladies and gentlemen, is our 13th driver here for the race today. So Doug in 1st, we have Eric's in 2nd place, we've got Barr in 3rd, we've got Supra in 4th, we've got Hairraiser in 5th, looking like he's going to try and get something done on Supra here, but Hairraiser losing a few spots there as well, so must have had a little bit of a mistake here in one of these corners at Laguna today, and dropping a few positions. I suspect we're going to see a few drivers have this happen throughout this race today. Just catching a track edge and losing some positions. As we can see, everybody's still very close. Top 6 drivers within a second of each other. And then that secondary pack from 7th back to 13th just behind. So we see Tap in 7th leading that backpack, so to speak. We have Ibra sitting there now in 8th. We have Happy Pappy up in 9th now. 750 dropping back to 10th. So Happy Pappy getting something done on 750 there. We have Type R now tucked in behind 750. We got Trone Colby in 12th, and we got Michael coming into pit lane here picking up some damage there, as we see some front and rear aero and suspension damage. So absolute must to get that fixed. And we see Doug coming on the second lap of the race here at the fastest lap with a 1:28.876. So Doug's doing a really fantastic job here at trying to just get away from the second and third place drivers, Eriks and Barr, at the moment. But as you can see, second and third place are just behind him here. So let's jump on board and kind of see what Doug's seeing here as he's trying to drive away and get a little bit of a gap on second place. So Doug really doing a great job here. He gained a little bit of time actually coming through the corkscrew there, as we can see. Not a lot, but the Eriks really made up some time coming through that corner right there. So this is what Doug's seeing right now as he's in the lead of the race at the moment, very early on. And then we move down to our boy Eriks here, and this is what it looks like on his perspective. Is, ooh, Doug makes a little bit of a mistake going into the first part of the corner 1 and 2 there, getting a little bit sideways, and that actually gave Eriks MK a really good opportunity to close up even more time. And we see Doug bouncing off those sausages we were talking about just a little bit earlier. There's one on this corner here too, and some of these cars, the heavier cars, don't really have too much of an issue with those. They just kind of jump over it. It's like we're hitting a little speed bump essentially at 110 or 120 mile an hour. But some of the lighter cars, those sausages really upset the stability of the car, and you'll see that throw some of these cars sideways here, as we see Eriks MK just all over Doug right now. So let's get up into the chase cam here and see if Eriks MK can get something done here before the end of this lap, as he is all over the back of Doug. No, I mean, there is ample opportunities at Laguna Seca to pass here, but you have to definitely make sure you've got the time and the room and the space to do it. The best time to make pass, obviously, on Laguna Seca here is either through this final corner or coming into corner 1 and 2 at the end of the straightaway here. So let's see if Eriks tries to get something done on Doug here coming at the end of this straightaway, even though it's not really a straightaway. I guess it's a straightaway. And he's now got the fastest lap at a 1:28.850 at the moment, but Doug opting to go semi-defensive there, and Eriks seems just very content to just sit behind him for the time being. So we do see Barr here in third place in that Ferrari, losing a little bit of ground to these two drivers. So maybe a little bit of strategy by Eriks MK there to just tuck in behind Doug and bum draft him a little bit, try and get a little bit of a gap on Barr in third place there, as we see. Ooh, Super getting a little bit wide. Is going to lose that position to Boo there. So Boo starting to make his charge back towards the leaders here as well. Now Boo has won the first 4 rounds of the season here this season, so he is definitely a driver to be watching out for today. Making a very early mistake of dropping back and not getting the greatest start either off the green light. So finding himself in a position where he actually has to make some time up here. So we'll have to see how he progresses as the race goes on. We have Supra here in that Lamborghini starting to try to close that gap back up on Boo now. And you can see that Lamborghini opting to just clip those sausages there. And it kind of seems like it doesn't upset that car too much. Getting a little bit wide there in the second last corner of the track here. Getting some dirt on the tires there. So that might factor in on corner exit here, as he has Razor right behind him. So Razor's going to get a better run out there. But that Lamborghini is showing its top end speed, ladies and gentlemen. Starting to pull just enough away from Hair Razor for... oh, no, I was just going to say, maybe not to make a move, but Super really just left the door wide open for Hair Razor there, and Hair Razor just ran through it. So, great job by Hair Razor there. He picks up a position on Supra, now finding himself dropping down to 6th place from 4th here in just a lap. So, have to be interested to see how he responds there. We have Tap just on the back end of this group, trying to get caught back up to these top 6 drivers here. Ibra just behind him in 8th place. Happy Pappy and 750 still very close to each other here. And as we can see, all the drivers are still relatively close to each other. And then we have Type R, Trone, and Michael, who seems to be struggling a little bit here today on Laguna Seca. Coming back into pit lane again here for what looks to be another damage repair. So Michael's having a bit of a tough race. Oh, Doug goes really wide there. Woo, doggy losing the corner. Eric, is he going to get around him here? It looked like Doug had a little bit of a gap on the second place driver there. While we're looking at it, we can see Eric's with that Lexus going inside, getting the move done. So Eric's now moving up into P1, into the final corner there. And Doug now finding himself having to defend from Barr and try to get P1 back from Eric's MK. So really great job by Eric's MK there, just to be really patient. And sure enough, Doug made that mistake. So we see Doug's been really struggling with that first corner there too here in that BMW today at Laguna Seca. So we'll have to keep our eye on that as well. Now Barr is all over the back of Doug right now. So this is what Doug's seeing here behind him again, is we've seen Barr going just a little bit wide, and Boo right behind Barr there also getting just a little bit wide there. But Boo is just making up an incredible amount of time on these drivers here, as he was in 6th place not just 3 laps ago, ladies and gentlemen. And on the back of this lead pack here now is losing 5th place and starting to pull in on Barr here. So this is what Barr is seeing right now from our current standings leader here, coming into round 5 with a significant amount of points, ladies and gentlemen. I believe he's sitting on like 80-some points here, if I'm not mistaken. And we can definitely go through that with you guys here at some point throughout the race here when things kind of start to calm down a little tiny bit. So, I mean, you get a good shot here. Cameramen are doing a great job at getting some really good camera angles here today. GTRC must have greased the wheels, dropped a little extra to Dory and me in the pockets of the camera guys here today, because they are giving us just some fantastic shots. As we see Boo here in 4th, we're just going to move through the field and see if we can find any battles that going on through the field. As we see Tap now in 6th, Ibra in 7th, Happy's moving up to 8th, 750 still behind him in 9th, and Supra now down into 10th place. So Supra struggling a little bit with that Lamborghini here today on Laguna Seca. As we can see him getting a little bit sideways coming around corner 3 there and doing a really great job on corner 4. Let's go back up to 750 up just in front of Supra here, as we can see him really starting to put some pressure on Happy Pappy and that Renault. But that Renault is just so fantastic in the corners. It is so hard to keep up with that little car in these corners. So Happy Pappy's doing a really great job at... Whoa, we just see Supra just about losing it there as he got that rear tire in the dirt behind 750 there. Just managing to hold on to that Lamborghini. So Supra is absolutely having a rough time with this Lamborghini here. And we see 750 getting inside track on Pappy here. A little bit of contact between the two drivers, but nothing major. Pappy now on the inside track. Oh, and 750 just going wide there. Still somehow manages to stay ahead of Pappy. Pappy's going to do the cutback coming into the final corner. He is going to get the job done there. And 750 losing that position to Happy Pappy there. So Happy Pappy managing to hold 8th place off of 750 in that little bit of a battle there. Great battle between those two drivers. 750 just unable to keep the car on track there. So we've got Doug back in 1st place here. I'm not sure what happened there, ladies and gentlemen, but Doug is absolutely back in 1st place here. We have Eric's MK still all over the back of that BMW in that Lexus, and then we have Boo now in 3rd place, getting around Barr at some point there. Sorry guys, my bad here, just a moment. Boo getting around Barr there as well, so I'm not sure if Barr made a bit of a mistake or if Boo just got around him there. Barr is a little bit off these drivers though, so potentially just made a small mistake, which allowed Boo to get through around Barr for 3rd place. So Boo now sitting on the podium here very early on in the race, 9 laps in. Harry's are now trying to catch up to these guys here as well. We have Tap moving up to 6th place here now as well. We've got Ibra in 7th. We've got Happy Pappy in 8th. We've got 750 in 9th. We've got Type R in 10th. We've got Colby in 11th. And we've got Supra in 12th. And looking like Michael has retired from this race very early on, as we did see he was struggling quite a bit with the track here. So, So we have Eric's MK here trying to make a move on Doug coming into the high-speed corner. This is not the best spot to try and go through too wide. As you can see, both drivers struggling a little bit there, getting through the corner. Doug going a little bit wide, getting into the sand, and then we've seen Eric's MK actually losing the car a little bit, wiggling. So that gave Boo an opportunity to get around Doug for second place there now, and now putting a ton of pressure on Eric's MK. So of course Eric's MK getting the position on Doug going through that high-speed left-hand kink there. Definitely not recommended to try and take that too wide, ladies and gentlemen. It takes a lot of brass ones to make a move like that stick, and both drivers get through cleanly. And actually, in that instance, neither one of those two drivers got through cleanly, and Boo in third place benefited from the impatience of the two drivers there. So Happy Pappy here in 9th, now making a mistake somewhere. We have Type R in 10th, Trone in 11th, and Super back in 12th place. Struggling a little bit here on Laguna Seca today with that Lamborghini, but now on a fresh set of rubber there. So see if he can make some ground back up with the pack here. Sorry, we're just dealing with a stewarding thing here too as well while we're doing this here. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. I am absolutely just trying to catch up on some stuff that I'm behind on from the weekend. So if you lose me for a second, just enjoy the action. I'll be right there with you guys. So Boo now trying to close the gap up on Eric's MK. As you can see, Eric's is getting just a little bit more time on Boo here. But Boo, again, ladies and gentlemen, Boo has won the first 4 races this season. So he is absolutely the driver to beat on track right now this season. He is on a hot streak and looking to try and make that 5 in a row here today. We have Joe coming in with that like and that share as well. How you doing, brother? Thank you for stopping in. It goes wonderful, my dude. It goes wonderful. So Doug here in 3rd place. We've got Hair Razor in 4th place, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Bar in 5th now. Ibra in 6th place. We've got Tap in 7th. We've got 750 in 8th place. And Happy Pappy is just all over 750 in that Lamborghini. And that's what that Renault needs on this straightaway here, is just to tuck into one of these, in behind one of these faster cars and just let him pull him right down the track. So, and then Happy Pappy's going to be able to really get a good run. So he's opting to take a wide line through corner 1 and 2 here and try to come out shallow with a better run. And it didn't look like it actually benefit him there, as we've seen 750 get through there with more speed. So I think taking that tighter line through corners 1 and 2 here at Laguna Seca is definitely the optimal line on the track. It was a great try by Happy Pappy there to gain that distance back up, but in actuality, it looked like it cost him about 2 or 3 tenths of a second there. And we have Trone Colby on a purple sector here, so let's stick with Trone Colby here, as it looks like he's starting to settle into this race now in that Toyota 86. So is he going to make a move on Type R? He does take a look. He decides to tuck back in behind here. Is he going to try and make a move on this corner here? No, he's just going to wait. He's being very, very patient here. So Trone Colby showing some very great patience behind 750 here. Just waiting for the best opportunity to make that pass as clean as possible. Alright, fantastic stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So, nice little battle here. I'm not sure if Trone's just kind of sitting behind patiently. Trone does have some damage on the front end of that Toyota there, so that might maybe be playing a little bit of a factor in his push trying to get around 750, and you can see all the dust coming off of that artificial turf there beside the curb here at Laguna Seca. So you can definitely see how much dust is on this racetrack. So that does explain why you do see some of these drivers struggling a little bit in the braking points, because there is dirt on the racetrack when these guys are coming in out of the corners. So the racetrack never exactly the same every time you come around it here at WeatherTech Laguna Seca. So beautiful racetrack, one of my favorites actually, in game and in real life, and just absolutely love to watch races and commentate races and race on this racetrack. As we can see, Eric's MK is doing a really great job at keeping Boo behind him here, but Boo is doing one of two things. He's either just sitting behind him saving fuel and tires and waiting for Eric's to make a mistake, or Eric's is just doing a really good job at defending the position from Boo here. So really great battle for P1 and P2 here right now. We've seen this position swap about 4 or 5 times very early on in this race already today, and we can see both these drivers opting to take that really tight line, and Boo had that line actually just a little bit tighter than Eric's MK did there. So really nice lines by Boo. You can see him really just grabbing every apex. Great camera shot by the camera guys here right away, by the way. Great helicopter shot there. Let's get everybody that great shot. We got Barr there at 5th. We've got Ibra there at 6th. We've got Tap just coming around corner 3 there in 7th. 750 now coming to corner 3 here as well in that Lamborghini. Now we got Happy Pap, pardon me ladies and gentlemen, coming around the same corner here. Give everybody that great camera shot from our aerial view here on track today. Type R there too. Trone's still all over him here. So these two drivers still having a little bit of a mini battle. Trone is going to look inside here. He finally decides to try and make a move there. It looked like he was a little hesitant on deciding whether or not he was actually going to try that move, though. And Super here coming in 12th as well, just catching the tail end of that aerial view there. So some really great battles starting to develop here all throughout the pack, as we still have 12 drivers remaining in the race here today. So Eric's MK is doing a really good job here in first place. Boo is a very fast driver, and Eric's is just doing a fantastic job of staying out in front of Boo here today. So we'll have to see if Eric's can continue this moving forward through the race. These guys are going to have a round of pit stops to be done, and judging by what I'm seeing, Boo is at the advantage in every aspect right now. And again, looking like Eric's is actually on a purple lap here. Oh, and those aerial shots are just looking fantastic. Great job up there in the chopper today, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you guys keep up that great work up there with those great camera angles here. Really great job by the camera crew. Massive shout out to our Laguna Seca camera crew here today, as they're giving us some fantastic camera angles to view from today. And we just got to get these shots in while we have them. Just great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We see Happy Pappy just getting a little bit wide coming out of the corner, corner 4 there, coming into corner 5, but should be no issue for that Renault. And we still see Tron and Type R really battling here. So really interesting to see. Tron does finally have that inside track on Type R here. Is he finally going to get this move done? It does seem to be that way, but is 750 going to respond now? And poor Super just keeps missing the great aerial shot here. So these two guys in front of him are just battling like crazy for 11th and 12th position. So Doug now with Hair Razor kind of up in his business here. We've seen that over the last 2 or 3 laps here, as these two drivers have been really kind of closed up on each other. Now maybe these guys are working together to try and catch the lead 2 drivers, as it kind of looks like that's the same thing the lead 2 drivers are doing here. And are we going to see a move on Boo? It looked like he was thinking about it there, but he just tucks back in. Most likely he was just looking for some clean air for his car there. And I don't suspect to see Boo's going to try and make a move coming into this corner here. Again, not ideal to go too wide through that particular corner on this racetrack. Just highly not recommended, ladies and gentlemen. Corkscrew is typically a good spot to get a move done, though. So let's see if Boo thinks about it here. Now, Boo's just really content and just sitting behind Eric's MK here right now. So, really great job by Boo here today. And we have Doug and Hairraiser kind of doing the same thing here. Hairraiser just chilling behind Doug right now. Working together, just running good clean laps. Is he going to make... No, he's just going to tuck in. So we absolutely see first and second kind of trying to get away from third and fourth. And we see third and fourth working together to try and catch back up to our race leaders. As we do see Eric, MK, Boo, Tap, and Bar all coming into pit lane here. So we are about halfway through our race here now, so looking like a one-stop is definitely feasible here today. And I believe that tire is 3 and fuel is 3x as well today, ladies and gentlemen. We forgot to go over that in the the race briefing. Give these guys some pit view love here, as pit lane is just one of the best spots to really get a great look at deliveries done by these drivers. And of course, you got to give those pit crews their shout outs, man. You know, those pit crews are working hard up in there. We got Tap here, 750. Bark just coming out. We got Tron not quite in yet. That Cleveland Browns livery, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if he's a Cleveland Browns fan. And the pit crew is looking like they're doing a fantastic job here on the track today. So looking like Doug now coming in with Hairraiser deciding to come in behind him, which leaves Ibra also opting to come in. So is Happy going to stay out, or is he going to come in? We're just going to stick with Happy Pappy here, as he's the only driver that hasn't pitched yet today. So let's see what kind of strategy he's going to employ here. I believe that the guys in front are going to come out in front of him here, as we see Boo is in second. Happy has opted to go around again. So, of course, pit exit, ladies and gentlemen, is actually at the end of turn 2 here. So, we see right where he just went by is where actually the drivers come out of pit lane. So, Happy Pappy is currently in the race lead with Boo in second place. Eric's MK just behind him in third. So, Boo getting ahead of Eric's in pit lane. Hairraiser in fourth. So, Hairraiser also getting ahead of Doug in pit lane. Supra now up in 6th place. We have Type R up in 7th. Bar down into 8th. We've got Tap down to 9th. Ibra down into 11th. And Trone sitting in 12th place. So the only driver not to pit, ladies and gentlemen, is our race leader, Happy Pappy, in that Gas Monkey Garage Renault. The big question is now is how long is Happy Pappy going to choose to stay out before... Oh, he's going to enter pit lane right now. So Happy coming in, he will be on his stop for the race here. He will be the final driver to need a pit stop. As we did see another team's crew out there, does another driver have damage? So we're just going to sit with Happy Pappy here as he's coming into pit lane, so we can get that great livery shot of his car there, obviously, as we can see our drone hovering above pit lane there. And that pit crew doing a great job on getting them tires all changed out. And just great looking livery there on that Renault by Happy Pappy. So let's get on with our race leader here, ladies and gentlemen. And where are we? We just came across the start-finish line here. Did we? Yes, we're in corners 1 and 2. Corner 5 that was. So corner 6 right here, and then we've got the, I guess technically that would be corner 7, and then we have the infamous corkscrew coming up right here. One of the just most crazy chicanes in all of Gran Turismo Sport is right there. An extremely hard uphill, hard braking point coming into a downhill S chicane corkscrew. Just, yeah, complete and utter chaos, that corkscrew. It just does all kinds of weird things to your car, and it takes a lot of skill to really crack that thing down perfect and really get a beautiful run out of it. So Boo is in the race lead, and we are going to jump on board with our race leader here and do an onboard lap with our current race leader, Boo. So I'm just going to shut my mic off and let you guys listen to the lap. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen, with our race leader, Boo. Great on-board run around Laguna Seca there, of course in the OP view, cockpit view, ladies and gentlemen, the best view, obviously. And doing a really great job at starting to pull away from Eric's MK here. So we see Doug in third place here. Doug is doing a great job here in that BMW. So BMW in first and third here in today's race. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we do have individual standings in the races, and then we have manufacturer standings as well. And I don't have the graphic for you today, but we can totally go into the Discord and get that for you and read it to you. So we are going to do that instead. So after round 4 at Alsace Village, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do our individual standings first. So we have Boo, who is in first place overall with 83 points, and currently sitting first in round 5 as well. So right now currently looking to add an even larger gap on the second place driver in the point standings, who happens to be Tap. So Tap is sitting in 6th place currently, and Tap is second overall with 51 points. So Tap definitely needs to get on the loud pedal when he has a chance and try to start making up some positions here so he doesn't lose too much of a point spread on our current standings leader at the moment, who is Boo. Razor is sitting in 3rd place. Razor is currently sitting in 4th here in the race. So Razor looking to gain some points on Tap in 2nd place, being a couple positions ahead of him currently in the race here. So Razor is sitting at 48 points, only 3 points behind Tap in the standings. In 4th place is Doug, so Doug is currently sitting in 3rd place here as well. And Doug is only 4 points behind Razor. So the standings, if the race finishes the way it sits right now, are looking to get shook up. Supra is currently sitting in 5th place here, and not having the best of day at races here today, sitting in 11th. We have Trone sitting in 6th place overall right now, and also not having the best of races here either, sitting in 12th place. And then we have 750 sitting in 8th, and 750 is having a pretty good run here today, as we was having a good run here today. We see him currently in 10th right now. And then we have Eric's MK, Ben, aka, sitting in second. He's currently in 9th in the standings right now. And then we have Type R sitting in 10th. Where is Mr. Type R? Where are you, my guy? And actually doing really well right now, sitting in 8th place overall in today's race. And then Barr just behind him in 11th, and Barr's up in 5th. So Barr's having a good race here, and I know Barr's been pretty disappointed in the start of the season for himself. He's definitely had a very slow start to the season here, so he is absolutely going to be looking to make up some ground on these drivers in the standings here coming into the next few rounds. We have Happy Pappy currently sitting 12th overall in points as well, and he's having a pretty good race here, sitting in 8th place as well. So, and then we have Superhero sitting in 13th overall, Viper in 14th, Bump and Run in 14th, Michael sitting in 16th. Michael will get some points. He did start the race today, so gaining a little bit of points. And a few drivers that haven't made any of the races yet this season. As far as our manufacturers go, Toyota is on top with 115 points. BMW is currently sitting in second with 95. Ferrari's in third with 81. Lamborghini's in fourth with 70. Chevrolet's in fifth with 47 points. Renault is in sixth with 43. Lexus is in seventh with 34. And Jaguar is in eighth place with 8 points. But we do see BMW sitting, Toyota sitting 1. We have a Lexus sitting 2, and we have a BMW sitting 3. So good points for those 3 manufacturers. And then we have 2 Ferraris sitting 4 and 5. So if these guys finish 4 and 5, that's going to be really great points for Ferrari today as well. And we just are not seeing any battles here. So let us... So a fairly slow race here this evening compared to the first 4 rounds. Obviously this season were just completely intense and action-packed filled. We had a lot of very quick early action here today at the beginning of the race, but it seems to be kind of fizzling out. Alright, just removing that comment into GTRC YouTube. It's just some spam, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you don't click anything that isn't posted by myself. GT45 Gaming is what it'll come up in GTRC, or it'll come up as GTRC. If there's any links posted, it will be done by the officials of the GTRC YouTube and not just random people. So don't click on anything that isn't from an official GTRC member. Very important, ladies and gentlemen, as if you do click those links, they typically allow whoever is the holder of that link to basically hack your account. So make sure you guys are not just pressing random links. Make sure you guys know, if you do press a link in the chat, that you guys do know what you are pressing. Just don't press a link. I strongly recommend you not pressing a link. If there's any links that the league wants to bring to the viewers' attention, it will be done through their social media pages and not on the YouTube channel during a live broadcast anyways. So keep that in mind when you guys are viewing other broadcasts and channels. Just watch out for your own safety, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a fair play warning from myself to you guys out there. We love having you guys hanging out with us, watching the races and viewing. Just please be careful and don't press on those links. So Ibra here in 7th place. We have Happy Pappy in 8th. We've got 750 sitting in 9th. We've got Supra in 10th. Type R down in 11th, and Drone back all over Type R. So these two have been battling pretty much all race long. And right back at it again here as we're nearing about 10 minutes remaining in the race, if I'm not mistaken. We are going to stick with our race leader just in case it is a 40-minute race, and that means that he will be on his penultimate lap here. And when he comes back across the start-finish line, it will be his final lap. So we don't want to miss the race finish if that is the case. I'm seriously drawing a blank today, ladies and gentlemen, and I do apologize for that. And the famous corkscrew. Oh man, it's so much fun to watch these cars come down that corner. As we see MK coming down the corner right now. So we do have Boo coming across the start-finish line here in about 10 seconds. If it's a 40-minute race, he will be on his final lap here. And he went purple there, ladies and gentlemen. So just dropping the fastest lap on the day at a 1:28.120. Eric MK coming through. Doug is coming through. I'm waiting for that timer to hit 40 minutes to see if that is the case. Hi, what's up, Cabbages? How you doing, brother? So, Hairraiser in 4th place, Bar in 5th. Looking like we're at the 40-minute mark, so where is the next driver to come across? It's going to be Happy and 750 battling for position here. This is a battle for 8th and 9th place, ladies and gentlemen, coming around the final corner here at Laguna Seca. Woo, both drivers a little bit squirrely around that corner. The Lamborghini does have that top end speed compared to that Renault. And just managing to hold off that Lamborghini. So we are on a 50-minute endurance race. I was correct, ladies and gentlemen. And 10 minutes left of the race. 9.5, actually. So we do have Boo, again, leading this race. He hasn't been leading the whole race today, however. He's just kind of taken the lead after the round of pit stops, so a little over midway through the race. And done what Boo does, started to drive away from the pack. So, playing very good strategy early on in the race, saving his tires and saving his fuel. When he went into the pit window behind Eric's MK, he had twice the amount of fuel and twice the amount of rubber on his tires. So, playing great strategy there and able to undercut Eric's MK in pit lane because he only had to take a very small amount of fuel. So Boo has been showing to be very, very strong in the strategy department as far as fuel and tires have gone so far in the series, and it has been paying him massive dividends as far as wins goes. Again, he is won all 4 rounds of the early season here at GTRC and looking to make it 5 in a row. As we can see him starting to come up on Type R there in that Renault. So Eric MK in 2nd place, and then we've got Doug in that BMW sitting in 3rd place as well, looking very strong. And then Hairraiser in 4th with Bar just behind him. So both the Ferraris in 4th and 5th here looking to do very good as far as the manufacturer's points goes. If this is where both these drivers finish here today. And then we do have Tap now trying to chase Bar down, however, and Tap again is currently sitting 2nd overall in our point standings coming into round 5 here. So he is absolutely going to be looking for that extra position. We have Ibra sitting in 7th place in that Corvette. We've got 750 in the Lamborghini with Happy Pappy trying to chase him down here. Supra in 10th with Colby now in 11th. So Colby has finally managed to find his way around Type R after several laps of battling between these two drivers. And now Type R looking like he is going to be the first driver a lap down here today at Laguna Seca, as we see the race leader is just behind him here. We got a glitch here, 1 second. There we go. 。 So see, Boo had no issue getting around Type R there, so Type R will be the first driver put a lap down here today. I wasn't sure if we we're actually going to see any of these drivers go a lap down today, so Boo showing some pretty good pace here at Laguna Seca. So moving to second place here, we have Eric MK. Again, Doug in third. We're trying to see if there's any battles happening here on track, but it doesn't appear to be that way. So really, I think at this point in the race, the only way we're going to see a position change at this point is if a driver makes a mistake. Although we do see Supra is starting to press on Happy Pappy here, so this may be the battle towards the end of the race, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. And just great aerial footage from our camera crew here today at Laguna Seca. GTRC really springing this week, getting some helicopter camera footage here for our viewers out there today. So really great job by these guys in the camera crew, bringing some really great shots at Laguna Seca today as these drivers are just doing their thing on track. So Hellraiser does have rear aero and rear left suspension damage, and Bar does not. So let's see if Bar can make something out of that and catch up on the back of Hellraiser with 5 minutes remaining in the race. And oh, Tap goes really wide. Tap goes super wide, just clips the tire wall there. Is he going to lose that position to Ibra? Ibra is absolutely going to take that away from him there. So Ibra benefiting from Tap's mistake there, gaining a spot in, so grabbing 6th place and pushing Tap yet one more spot further down the order of the race here today. So Tap making a pretty crucial mistake at a crucial time in the race here. Ibra very quickly trying to get away from Tap here and hold down that 6th place position. So no sooner do I say the only way that we're going to see a pass happen here is from a driver making a mistake. We see Tap making a mistake. My guy, I am so sorry, guy. I cursed you there. A little commentator's curse. And I think we're going to have to take the blame for that one, guys and gals out there in viewerland today. I think that's totally goes as bad there. And Happy Pappy has lost that position to Supra as well. So Supra gaining another spot as well here late in the race. So Troll and Kobe now under pressure from Boo. So Boo looking to put Trone a lap down here today as well. And Team Toyota is actually right behind each other. So we got one Toyota leading the race and one Toyota not having the greatest race today, finishing looking like he's going to finish in the back here, but really great job by Boo just to really pick this field apart here today. And again, we've seen Boo start off really slow, dropping from 1st to 6th off the start line there, and then just very slowly and periodically just kind of picked his way through the pack. So really great job here by Boo with just a little under 3 minutes remaining, and looking like he's well in control here. So Eric MK having a great race here as well, sitting in 2nd place, and 3rd place a fair ways behind them. So our podium finishers all have a little bit of distance between each other here. And then Hellraiser in 4th. He is very close to... Ah, there's maintenance tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine that. Guess it'll be a short stream tonight. So Hellraiser again in 4th. We got Bar in 5th. Just coming around the corner, we just saw Hellraiser. So Bar is trying to close the gap up, but I just don't think Bar has enough time to really make something happen here. Ibra now again up in 6th place here, so Tap in 7th, trying to get that spot back. But again, the timer is just not in the favor of these drivers, and we see Supra now getting around 750 here as well. So Supra making a late race charge here out of nowhere in that Lamborghini and starting to move up positions on the racetrack here. Happy in 10th place, Trone in 11th, and Type R rounding out the field here in 12th. And we did have Michael either disconnect or retire from the race earlier on in the race here as well. So we did start with 13, down to 12 drivers. And with our race leader as we're coming up to the corkscrew here. And I'm just monitoring to see if any of these guys are going to finish this lap. I get a suspicion a couple of these drivers are not going to get the last lap here. And we can see Happy trying to break the toe on Boo there. And Boo on a purple sector very early on there. Doug might not. This might be the end of the race for Doug here. So 3rd place driver, ladies and gentlemen, Doug. And Eric's MK finishing in 2nd there, just ahead of him. So he wasn't quite able to get that final lap in either. We have Hairraiser in 4th here. Great drive by Hairraiser in that Ferrari. Oh no, and Barr has dropped down to 6th. So Ibra has now moved up into 5th place. 5th place finish for Ibra, 6th for Barr. 7th for Tap, so I'm not sure what happened to Barr there, but clearly making a mistake. And Ibra, again, benefiting from a mistake made by another driver, gaining another free position there. So Ibra, with the lucky dog here today, getting 2 positions very late in the race, just being close enough to the next driver ahead of him, waiting, and they made a mistake. So very late race dramatics here, and Ibra benefiting, getting a 5th place finish, so great job by Ibra today. And Supra finishing in 8th place here with 750 just behind him. Team Lamborghini in 8th and 9th. We have Trone coming up right now. Oh, and our race leader just came across. So Trone in 10th, we have Happy Pappy in 11th, and Type R coming across in 12th place. So congratulations to Boo, congratulations to Aaron MK, and congratulations to Doug Barrow on their top 3 finishes, ladies and gentlemen. So really great race by the GTRC drivers today. Yes, I get it. We have maintenance coming. Thank you. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that sums up round 5 of the GTRC at Laguna Seca. The drivers that were in California this past weekend racing, as we've seen, and not quite as much of an action-packed race as we have seen in the first 4 rounds by the drivers, but looking like some drivers just not digging Laguna Seca too much, struggling a little bit. And some of the drivers just really strong there, so it separated the pack fairly quickly. And see some really great early on battling and some great stuff kind of near the end of the race there. But great stuff by the GTRC here today. And round 6, ladies and gentlemen, will be next week at... Just to bear with me, we're going to go verify this before I just spit it out and be wrong, because we don't want to be doing that. There it is. So, round 6, ladies and gentlemen, will be Barcelona. We're going to Spain, ladies and gentlemen. So, round 6 on this weekend will be at Barcelona, Catalunya. And that is going to be an interesting race, as it's a fairly large racetrack as well. So should be interesting to see how these Group 4 cars handle that. We would absolutely suspect to see that these mid-rear engine cars are going to excel on that racetrack. It's a fairly high-speed racetrack. Of course, we see Barcelona in the F1 circuits, so clearly the racetrack is designed for speed and a little bit of technical as well. So it's going to be a fantastic race. I really, really suspect that these boys are really going to hang it all out there. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and that will be it for the broadcast on the GTRC YouTube channel. As we're obviously not going to bring my content to their channel, so thank you so much everybody for tuning in. Again, most of these drivers are from the United Kingdom, so they will be sitting there waiting for them when they wake up in the morning for them to view and watch. So I hope everybody enjoys the broadcast, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day. To all our brothers over across the pond there, stay safe out there today. Try to find one small act of kindness today is what I challenge to everybody to do in the upcoming day for them. And stay winning, everybody. This is your host for the evening, Tim Gray, or Ghost45 on screen, signing off. And we appreciate everybody stopping by to hang out with us here today. And we'll see you in a few days in Spain, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fantastic evening.